Kia ora and welcome back. My name's Zoe Shtebe, your vocal coach for today, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to another video where I take a look at your favorite artists, check out what they're doing with their voices, and try and teach you how to create those sorts of sounds in the comfort of your own home. So, I have to admit, I've been having a really shit couple of weeks, so I needed a bit of a pick-me-up today, I have to admit. So I chucked on my Disney princess jumper, and we're going to be taking a look at Judy Kuhn singing Colors of the Wind. Here's to a pick-me-up, and one of the most amazing singers that has been part of my musical journey, Judy Kuhn. Let's take a look at what she's up to with her vocal technique.
You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew,
Okay, I needed to pick me up, but this is like making me cry because this makes my heart sing every single time I hear this song. This was actually the song that I sang for my very first audition when I was 9 years old. I didn't get it because I didn't sing it very well, but the song has a special place in my heart. Now, Judy Kuhn, she is also an acting teacher, and one thing that she always says is you've got to believe the lyric. You've got to communicate the lyric. You've got to imagine that these are the words that you are saying. You can hear there as well, Judy Kuhn has a tendency that she uses vibrato at the end of almost every phrase.
You own whatever land you land on.
That's quite an old coloring technique that came out of the legit singing world. And so I would say that today, and I know for sure this has probably been one of the biggest things that's come up in a lot of workshops that I've done over the years, of this much vibrato is maybe not modern anymore. But fuck it, if you're Judy Kuhn, she can do whatever the hell she wants. And I think it's stunning as well. So who am I though? We've got to go back on that because you've got to enjoy that lead up to the thing.
Who look and think like you.
Oh, the connection.
But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or ask the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
When I'm hearing this, my immediate thought is to say, okay, yes, it sounds a little bit more uncertain than maybe her earlier recordings. And I know that I've had a couple of comments on the channel about why are you looking at such a new recording? Look at the originals. And I'm going to say no, but I have a number of singing students that come to lessons with me, and they're over 50. And I'm sorry, I'm not sure how old Judy Kuhn is actually, to be honest. But it's still important to think about and to talk about the aging voice, because we need to look at what do you do as well with the management of the voice as we're getting older. Because if you want to keep singing, of course I want to keep singing when I'm her age. Of course I want to keep on, and that's what I'm trying to teach you in this channel about technique that's going to last you a lifetime. So let's ignore the fact that she's a little bit older. You can hear the voice. The vibrato is a little bit wider, although Judy Kuhn always had quite a wide vibrato. You can hear it's a touch more spaced out. So in terms of vibrato, what we really consider to be really pretty vibrato is when it only moves up to a quarter of a note above and below the actual center of the tone that we're talking about. So vibrato is an oscillation of the tone. If you're wanting to learn a little bit more about vibrato, that's honestly a video all on its own. So give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know it down in the comments if you would like to learn a little bit more about vibrato and how you can create vibrato in your voice, because I know it's definitely like a hot topic for my students. Let's keep watching, because Judy Kuhn, take my heart.
All the colors of the wind. Run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends.
Okay, it's almost a crime to stop there, because we're going, how high does a sycamore? Honestly, this song has a very big place in my heart. I just wanted to point out as well about the way in which she sings. So whenever we're talking about a quality of a voice, or like what type of voice or what sound you're trying to create, I want you to think a little bit more about it being like on a scale. So it's not like, here is my chest voice, here is my head voice, here is my falsetto, and here is my mixed voice. It falls exactly in that range. No, I don't want you to think about it like that. This is what I would call, if we're talking about like this mixed voice scale, I would call this more of a musical theater mixed voice. Now, why is it sounding slightly more musical theater? Because it's tending a little bit more towards that legit side of things. And what we're talking about there is we have the thyroid cartilage, and in order to get that stretch on the thyroid, allowing that vibrato to come through, just tipping the thyroid ever so slightly forward. And that's what I talk about when I'm saying crying on the note. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with this neutral larynx. And if we're just like tipping it forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's what's going to give you more of that slightly more musical theater legit sound. If you're looking to sing more contemporary musical theater, I'd just dial it back on the vibrato. Let's do the lead up to that phrase.
Never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. How high does a sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. For whether we are white or copper-skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain, need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth, and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
Judy Kuhn.
Thank you.
Have I been saying her name wrong the entire time? Is it Judy Kuhn? Oh, that's so bad. I thought it was Judy Kuhn, but I think accents aside, I always try and do my best when I'm pronouncing people's names. Apologies, Judy Kuhn. That's just so stunning. Isn't that just amazing? It's absolutely stunning to listen to. I have to admit though, it's really hard when I'm doing these videos because I'm not only really enjoying the music that I'm listening to, but I'm also trying to think of, okay, what would you be wanting to know about when you're listening to this piece of music? And I think there was a moment there, I'm just going to go back to it just to like re-jog my memory. There was a moment there where she flips up into a slightly, maybe a thinner vocal fold sound, maybe you'd call it a head voice sound. If you're interested in any of the like things that I'm saying, I've got a glossary down in the description. I put that in all of my videos because I think it's really important. Sometimes I say thin vocal folds, and that's an Estill voice training thing. But we're talking about head voice. So this idea that as you go further up in the range, the vocal folds thin and elongate because they need to for the pitch. Let's take a look at this moment where I was like,
Mountain. To sing with all the
back in
to the blue corn moon.
thick.
For whether we are white
Still
or
quite a chesty sound.
copper-skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain.
So you can hear that she goes, we need to sing with all the voices. And then she allows that thickness to come back into the vocal fold. So that's what I'm talking about when I say thin vocal fold, accessing that top part of the range without air. So she didn't go, we need to sing, what a lot of people feel that they have to do, or like it's not a choice that they choose as you go up over the passaggio. That's what happens with the natural voice before you've started singing training. This is an excellent training exercise actually, because you can go ba 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 and go up to that note with a thin vocal fold rather than going, we need to sing with all the voices. But that's a stylistic choice. You can do whatever you want. This is your song. Yeah. I'm just giving you ideas. But the way in which you can practice that is you can use the onsets that I have been talking about. So you can use the glottal onset for the lower notes, and then do a smooth onset for that top note. Okay, that wasn't a smooth onset, again, recovering from a cold, but you're wanting to start with the voice and the vocal folds. So the vocal folds and the airflow start moving at the same time. So you're going to start just like level 1, start with an NG. So that sound is coming from absolute nowhere. And then that's a really excellent way for you to work on those thin vocal folds and working on that transition between the chest voice and the head voice, or thick vocal folds and thin vocal folds. So, let me know down in the comments if that's something that you're also interested in learning about, like the onsets and the offsets, how you can access different qualities or different vocal qualities. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know. Give it a thumbs up as well if you love Judy Kuhn, because bow down to the lady that basically taught me to sing, because neither of my parents sing. You don't have to come from a musical household in order to develop a musical ability. Yeah. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm not backing that up with any with any references. So, thank you so much for joining me here today. Honestly, I love creating these videos for you, and that's why I wanted to hop on, even though I'm not fully recovered from COVID. And just to say, if you want to support this channel, there's a couple of links down in the description. My Fundamentals of Singing course is out. I look at the 10 fundamental aspects of vocal technique. So if you're a beginner or you're an improver and you're struggling with some parts of your voice, whether it's breathing, phrasing, vocal fold contact, posture, also ear training, how do you practice, how do you learn a song? There's lots of information down there. But also if you're looking to support the channel, then just hit that subscribe button. It really helps me. Give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see more of as well. Not just reactions, but also vocal help, vocal tips, anything like that. I'm here for you. Anyway, I've got to go grab a drink of water. I'm feeling very dry. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you back here next time. Ka kite anō.